Hello, hello. It is July 17th. This is Hpkomics Live. It is a balmy 86 degrees right now, which is nice after the past few days of a heat wave, triple digit temperatures. Not super pleasant. 86 degrees, that's napping weather out here in California. That's fantastic. So, pretty good, pretty solid temperatures right now. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Today I'm working on a image for the next chapter of the Cosmic Dash novel, which will be the second chapter. I've already kind of like sketched out a rough idea here. I'm going to kind of continue to iterate on it and everything like that. Hopefully we have some guests who will show up and ask some questions. Otherwise, I will continue to talk to myself because I gotta have some sort of narration. For those of you who have been checking out the recordings on YouTube, I appreciate that. I'm hoping to create some more YouTube content eventually as well. We'll see how that goes. But for now, let me just kind of zoom out and show you what I've got going on here. So the second chapter of the Cosmic Dash novel, The Swarm, is titled The Great Game. You'll notice that between the first chapter and this one, there's a little bit of a theme, a lot of different power players and that sort of thing. There's a purpose to it. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is I started a rough sketch here. I'm going to go ahead and continue developing it, and then hopefully polish it up enough. Hopefully get it inked, because I need to have this up by Sunday. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to. I can publish it whatever schedule I want, but I'm trying to maintain a regular schedule. I already feel bad that it took me 2 weeks to work on this update, but, I decided I wanted to have images, right? So, yeah, go ahead and get into it. Right now, I'm just kind of going through and detailing some elements that I want on the cover, the different types of like technology in the setting. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. If you're watching this on YouTube, by all means, please go ahead and ask a question. I'd love to hear it. Share your comments if you've been watching so far. If there's anything you think I can do to kind of improve the quality of these broadcasts, that would be great. Anyway, I know what I need. I need a reference image for Edge. So these chapters have been point of view chapters, in the sense that there's multiple characters and every one of their segments is written from their perspective with their limited knowledge. And I've had a fun time doing that. Right. Let's go ahead and move the image on to the reference here. Cool. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun to work with the inner thoughts of characters I normally wouldn't have a chance to do if I were still doing the comic. Because at this point, I've kind of retired from the comic. It's just too time-consuming to work on it, but there's still a ton of story to tell. So, here we are. That's right. I'm going to start this on a new layer. Look at that. So, I love this grim-faced snail character. This is Hpkomics. Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters to just draw. I know what it is, but and I'm not feeling that. Let's see. So obviously I'm cheating a little bit here because there's no reason for her to be sitting like this to watch the screen, but I'm going for something that's more iconic than like realistic, right? So, you fudge little details and stuff like that to make it work. Yeah, so I got to figure out what I'm doing here with this. So I'm feeling pretty satisfied with what I have here so far. Again, this is supposed to be rough, so that's what we'll do for now. I just need to check something real quick. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, see this. Okay, so as for his position in this, two of them are having a conversation. So, there we go. Yeah, the kind of there's some kind of unfortunate manipulation going on in this chapter. Just kind of a spoiler thing, so I do want him to feel a little bit ominous. So that's the kind of tone I'm aiming for on this one. I do love drawing his like big ass, snail shell headdress. So it's like if the muscular body of this, well, no, the muscular body of the snail is entirely out of the shell. So yeah, that makes sense. Fair. He's always got that little bit of a furry brow going on. Again, like he always looks super grumpy, but if you had his job, you'd understand why. For those of you who are not familiar with the stories or the specific character, he's been around for a while. He's essentially a spy master for one of the factions, but also he's kind of considered he would be considered a traitor. Because he's definitely doing some illegal stuff that, like, people would not understand why he does it. Like, he has his justification, but he is colluding technically with the enemy, so. There we go. Yeah, so his species, his race is an aquatic-based race, but they're able to move around on land and in like oxygen-rich environments through essentially what is called a water collar, because they absorb water through their skin and break down the chemicals that they need to breathe. So his respiration's handled by that little collar, and like his entire species, like if they're out of water, they have to have these collars. The other thing is that they come off as a little slow on land to a degree, and however you get them into the water, and they move a lot faster. So I can controlling that. Oh, I need to remember how to draw that pin on him. All right, back into the folder. Next. Like, just got to go through all my files here. Figure out where I put these things. Okay, yeah, that's there. My folders are such a mess. I know I'm on. I know you're here somewhere. There we go. There's this pen. Military things. Hinting stripes there. His body was not so barrel chested, so I can fix that. there's going to be like a digital display, so I don't really care what's on here. I'll add material as needed. It's going to kind of map out that there's going to be like an overlay of stuff. So if I go back to the mirror page, that's right about there. Look to the lighting comes in, so the lighting panel there. You rest there. It's got a cabinet of a sort there. Showing depth. Okay. I'm not feeling that. So let me. Yep, there we go. So the past couple times I've done this, I've started with a warm-up drawing. I was thinking of drawing Jimothy, that short-spined raccoon that's up in like Seattle or whatever. But instead, I just kind of want to jump into this because I do have that self-imposed deadline. So, you know, maybe I'll draw Jimothy later. Which, by the way, I love that little dude. Jimothy's so cool. It's kind of like if you like turned a Squishmallow into like the real version of the animal. Wild stuff. Yeah, and I was worried for a bit about that little raccoon guy because I'm like, well, is he like in pain or something like that? But no, apparently he's thriving. I guess most of the raccoons with that condition end up dying fairly young, and he's like a full adult now, so that's good for him. That was a good for him. Okay, so there. Go ahead, add a little space for a cabinet there. There we go. That'll work. Okay, I like where this is going. Not the most dynamic, but I appreciate that it gives me time to highlight the characters. So that's cool. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and know where that brick came from. Oh, it was an accident. That's what it is. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the opacity to about 35. Cool. Set that to sketch. All right, now I can kind of start refining the forms a little bit. When I'm feeling confident, I'll just straight up jump into inking. But I've not been feeling confident lately about the artwork, so I've decided to take my time, draw a little bit more. Okay, she's So with these chapters, I've also been posting character images for point of view characters. Problem is, Mara has a different hairstyle in her point of view image. Because it's just her and her like standard look for the episode. This is her in her cabin, in relaxation mode, night clothes or what have you. So hopefully that doesn't throw anyone off that her hair looks different here. Yep. Here, a little bit of a bangs situation going on here. Yeah, and this story, she'll mostly probably have it up in a bun, but really drawing that right now, am I? Did take time to see the Odyssey yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Didn't get out of the movie theater until like 1:30 in the morning this morning. So that was, whew, like you end up feeling the 3 hours that that movie is, but like a great time. I really enjoyed it. In my blog post I did today, just because I'm trying to like blog every week, I wrote about a scene that I really enjoyed in the Odyssey. So if you get a chance, go to hpkomics.com and check it out. The scene in particular is when Odysseus and the Ithacans head into Polyphemus's cave. And this is a spoiler alert, I guess, for an adaptation of a 2,000-year-old epic poem by Homer. But they make a big show of like, oh, we'll light the fire to greet our host. But as Odysseus' men are doing that, Odysseus just goes and steals cheese. So the whole film is about this concept of Zeus's law. And, I'm not saying that Polyphemus was justified in eating the Ithacans, but, like, technically, Odysseus started it. So there you go. Good times. I really love that scene, and, like, I just really appreciated that. So I just felt like writing about it. I mean, that's the thing. I used to do a lot of media analysis stuff. Not so much these days, mostly because finding time between like my writing jobs and my teaching and what I'm doing here doesn't leave me time to do that. Yeah. But I would love to get back into it. So it was nice to kind of like talk about that scene because it made me real happy. They also made Polyphemus kind of a sympathetic character, which I appreciate because, again, dude is basically robbed and blinded by people who are breaking guest law in his house. So I appreciate that. His little pathetic prayers to Poseidon. It's pretty chilling, actually. All right. And yeah, this is what today is gonna be for the stream. Um, you know, hopefully it works out okay. Right. So I like to draw characters with crossed arms, but I hate actually like drawing it. Like I love the look of the crossed arms thing, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to do. So I'm holding off on working on that part of this. What? But yeah, if you're listening to, or if you're watching this, I should say, on YouTube, please reach out. Let me know how you're doing. Did you see the Odyssey? What did you think? That's the problem is with talking about these things as they come out. Everybody's so goddamn weird about movies right now. Movies and books and comics and everything like that. They become like battles for people. And I'm like, no, just, ugh. I don't know. I can't even articulate my millions right now. The discourse is just terrible. Yep. All right, so I will go ahead and put her into shorts. So she wears night. Alrighty, let's go ahead and dive into this part that I'm not looking forward to, which is the okay, that's not too bad so far. Alright, just double checking something real quick while I am here. I don't know how well Fridays are going to work out for streaming. I don't know. I'm putting my stuff out there, but like I may have to consider picking a different day depending on my schedule. Because I mean, it's going to get pretty monotonous if it's just me talking to myself for 2 hours and stuff like that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you, but also like, why not join me? That would be a cool thing to do. God, I have so many windows open. Cool. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, so I think do I feel good about this? Do the arms feel in proportion? I think so. I think I can work with that. Of course, that question is how do I handle elbow? Simple like that. Right here. All right, let's clear out some space here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Whoa, my cat snuck up on me. Now she's licking my arm as I am drawing. So that's nice. Here. Too bad you can't talk, huh, Zelda? That's something. We'll see that if doing okay, I think that's working. So I figure out where based. What? part of me wants to put like a label on her underpants here that say Dash to show that she's wearing his clothes. I just don't know if it's worth doing that. Don't know what you're doing so far. Done. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Give her everything else. Thank you. Clear out that tangent. Full. Alrighty. Keep up the route. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and get her chair now. I always find chairs a little difficult. Like, if it's from the waist up and it's the back of the chair, no problem, right? But that's not the case here. Want to round that out. Just okay. There we go. Okay, I can deal with that. That's works. Just got chill. So, a lot of this is going to get refined in the actual inking stage. I'm just trying to get this figured out right now. Let me check. Now I have to deal with some overlapping line bullshit. Again, it always ends up looking like a mess at this stage, but it comes together. So, what I'm doing is I'm drawing the armrest on a new layer. And then I can delete the stuff beneath it. There we go. Okay, then I'll only go back up to my layer here. I feel that. As long as people get it that it's a chair, I mean, I've done my job. I just want to make sure it looks okay. Right? Bring that off, that off. Okay, that'll work. And then also that takes care of the back. Oh God, I don't even know what you call that thing that connects the padding part of the chair. Oof. Not a chair expert, unfortunately. I'm good at sitting in them. What? Yeah. All right, go in here and start. Where's this I'm gonna need? Okay. Mario's looking pretty good there. Obviously not wearing her shell. That's one of the ways that I tended to differentiate her and Dash. He's kind of a traditionalist regarding the terrakin shells. They've had conversations about this, right? She doesn't tend to wear them. The idea is that her shell is a little less developed than his, because she hasn't had too much of that symbiotic relationship with the organ itself. So, which I mentioned that because that's going to become kind of a key part of this story. I don't want to reveal anything going on in this book too much, but Terrican shells are very important. Okay, so let's. Yes. So I'm there. So I'm here. So I'm not. Okay, yeah. Cool. All right. I do have a pre-made asset that is a picture of Mara with her parrots. All I have to do is pop that in here, hit the transform tool, tweak it just enough so it fits into the frame, and that's done. I do more of that stuff, I think. I have a whole folder full of like different assets, and that's always been a big help, but I just haven't drawn comics in a while, or specifically Cosmic Dash comics, so I haven't had the chance to make more stuff like that. So, okay. Pause in one moment to check on some stuff. Anything? Just periodically checking the socials. Taking a look. So I am on a ton of different social media, and speaking on that, I did recently open up a Substack at the insistence of my friend Kevin. I was drawing his character last stream, and yeah, I'm just trying it out. So we'll see how it goes. Kind of gonna start like reposting my story chapters and post my blog entries there from there on. Of course, everything's still primarily on my main website. Please continue to go there if you're reading any of that stuff. But yeah, trying new things. But yeah, regarding social media, I am on a lot of different platforms right now. And I think the one that is worst for me is Threads. Mostly because I'm not getting a ton of good engagement there. But the other thing is, I think it is the most insufferable of these social media communities outside of X right now. It's like bad. Nobody is media literate. And in the grand scheme of things, yes, I know that, like, who cares, right? It's just movies, books, comics, all that stuff. But, like, some of the fucking takes there, oh my god. Insanity. Like, there's always someone there who just knows how to, like, rile up my blood. So, I don't know how much longer I want to be on Threads, because, like, I feel like I'm pouring too much time into, like, dealing with idiots. Zelda, why are you trying to climb a chair? You're fine. Now she's up on the desk. Half of my time is spent ringing. Oh, yeah, Zelda. Okay, sorry, you're gonna hear her whine because I'm taking her off the desk. Okay, now she's just gonna hiss at me. Okay. I'm listening to myself and I'm realizing that these streams are just so incredibly shambolic. Hey, get back from behind the monitor. All right, sorry, I gotta get my spray bottle to chase her off. Be right back. Stop. Fucking Okay, my apologies. Alrighty, yeah. So now we get back into it. To throw some buttons on here. What? Hey. I'm spraying you so you'll go away, cat. All right. I'm out. Why not? Yeah. So let's round out the light there, and I'll clean this up when it's time to be. But so. Alrighty, I'm in. Go ahead and get this frame angled. So virtually all the bumps on the Lucky Strike 2, the ship, are identical in layout, but I have little things that, hey. I have little things that differentiate. Sorry, I just sprayed the cat. Little things that differentiate and give them like their own little personality and stuff like that. Dash, for example, ends up spending a lot of time sleeping in the engineering bay. So he mostly uses his bunk as like, I guess you could say her and meditation and that sort of thing. Mara, she does have a little bit of like, she wants to be in the military very badly. Hers is a little bit more utilitarian, a little bit more Spartan. She has some workout stuff in there and that sort of thing. So, one of the things I did for Dash was, in his bunk, and we haven't really had a chance to see it too much, is, his little desk area where his computer is. All of his computer stuff is in the engineering bay. So he ended up taking that desk area and putting a big fish tank, essentially. I haven't had a chance to really show that off because, again, not a whole lot of scenes in his bunk, the comic, or so far. So, but yeah, he does carry some live fish. So that's funny. Yeah, this guy always has a perpetual scowl. Even when I draw him smiling, he still has that little bit of a scowl thing going on. Okay, let's get his shell headdress on. I always enjoy drawing these chem characters, the Chemizekians, the snail people here. Because the idea is that they use their found shells as statement pieces, fashion things. You can learn a lot about a chem based on what they're wearing. Edge is definitely militaristic, so his is very kind of like basic, unadorned, brown spiral kind of thing. But some of the other chems that show up in the story and who showed up in like the last issue of the comic have all sorts of interesting little looks. So, well, it's a fun little kind of like cultural things I try to introduce the characters in the setting. Alrighty. Sure, not getting any of this. Here. Sorry, I thought I had a notification there. Cool. Alrighty. So, got the plate there with the spit. Water tank there. Don't want him to look overly broad-chested, so yeah. I don't know. I'm just I've had a rough week. And I'm like tired, and it's nice to kind of sit here and draw. But also, like, it's kind of lonely. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to have some folks here to talk to, so it's not just me. Yeah. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and draw. See how far I can get. If I have anything to say, I'll say it. But if I go silent, please understand. It's tough to maintain this level of ambient noise, I guess you would call it. So, and of course, if anyone shows up, there we go. But for now, I'm just kind of focus on drawing, and feel free to keep watching. It's left. It's Kernel. And so this garden slightly was two and yeah, gonna work through it. Seeing it, we'll tell them. Get one out about. Yeah. But to even with the we'll be back. That punishment. Do. Would. Delivery. Yeah, then I look right back. See. Sure. That's that upper tier. Well, that's one thing I'll say. Canonically speaking, Mara is much physically stronger than Nash. If I were to put it into video game terms, she would be like a tank and he'd be like a raid. Oh no, not even a rogue. He'd be more like a monk. He's not about stealth. He's about like acrobatics, dodging. Okay. That's funny now. Again, we'll get rid of those tangents. I think sometime in the future, I'm going to do a one of these streams where the focus is on drawing different like poses for this VTuber character. Specifically, so I start using it to put together like reviews or what have you, little short video reviews of things. I think that'd be fun. Heavy. Alrighty. That feels good. Okay, that'll work. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll lower the mouth there. More neutral that way. Nostrils. Get eyebrows in the mix. Ready to get her irises, I guess you call them. Okay, well, it's good. Let's go ahead and get the rest of her body going. Good. I need 2, 3, 4. Try not to detail the toes, because I don't want to, like, make it look foot fetishy. Need to use better smoothing here. Let's try 75. Okay, much better. Jump. Yeah, right. Tangents. Bingo. So. Alrighty. Right. Break that. I'll add the nails here. Door. There's. Molly. Whoops. Let's go ahead and get the seat here. Problem with having having the smoothing set so high is it'll throw off the line work. So, yes, it's a lot of adjustments. My God. That works. You know, safe side here. Straight lines. There we go. Here to find that we European wants to help with info it's opening after it what was it so very lastly whole even only else done this the sure take the back up to good it all teeny up with document try out this as a joke in minute let's get her nails going. Tangents, go. Joey is still too big. Eesh. Very small. Zero. Alrighty. I guess working on the desk next. Like so. That's it. Shooting. Task recommendation is done. I'm gonna switch over to my mouse instead of the stylus to get this part. That. Well, there we go. Not heavy. Shalom. Shalom. Rand. Yeah, I think once I'm done inking this, I'll go ahead and close down the stream. Get it? Hello? Like to be able to play some copyright music as I work. So, play all my own stuff. So, I can't really do that here on Hpkomics because I have to use royalty-free music. You want to? This little canister thing is supposed to be kind of like the PC or a PC equivalent. That's the private computer system right there. Well, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please let me know what day of the week might work for you to watch this stuff live. Because I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe like Friday is not the best option for me. Like I've got the time and everything like that, but it just feels like everybody's probably out doing stuff. So yeah, please let me know what your suggestions are. I gladly consider them. Hungry. Right, guess just gotta wrap up Idge here, so no. That works. Why not? So tangents. Okay. Yeah, it'll work. Creepy. Like, me? And one. Okay, that's looking pretty good. You're not. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, wait. Trying to get in some of those details I missed. Then. Finger. What's pretty good for like yeah. Okay, yeah. I think that's about it. I think 1, 2, 3. Damn, it's a boy. I'd ask you what you think, but you're probably watching this as a recording, so no luck there. So second up some screen here. Alrighty. So let me turn off the smoothing there. Let's try to write fine point stuff. K and 6. Sketch here, placing red. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's where I will go ahead and call it. Appreciate you checking this out on YouTube. Remember, you can always join me to watch this live on Fridays at 6, although maybe that time will be changing. I don't know. But otherwise, thank you so much.